for me, there's really no such thing as a beater, because unless it's actually on the side of the road or in the car graveyard, then it becomes a beater. But while we can still get partly from point A to point B, I can't call that a beater. That's a car.
Well, I guess usually I think about a rust bucket. That's the first thing that comes to mind for me, is that the body looks like shit.
Well, a beater, basically an old car that's needing help. Basically, that's what it is.
And some people have beaters and really treat them like an extension of themselves in many respects. You see, the dashboard's cluttered with feathers and driftwood and bones and things like that, and bits of rocks and glass.
I'm sure there are still a part of us who absolutely do lean towards beaters. We find the beauty in the beater.
I mean, Melinda's had the best cars in terms of she had to pour gas into the carburetor every time she wanted to start it. There's that sort of thing. There's also, I saw Deblica the other day she forgot that she doesn't have reverse in her car, so people were pushing her out so she could get going. There's that kind of stuff going on all the time.
He started driving it, and the axle started pulling out of the car, and the axle was like 2 feet out of the car with the wheel hanging way out. And this was like at 9 o'clock at night, and he gave me a call and told me what was happening, and I just really didn't want to deal with it.
So we start the day one on working on the rest of my van, and I get this call from the body guy going, beep, 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 there's no bloody way we can fix your car. It's just disintegrating under my hand. So, with a few shed tears, I put down the phone and I said, well, screw it, we're going to paint it.
And some people paint their vehicles up sort of quasi-hippie, the hippie look, yes, they're all beaters underneath it, though. They're all beaters underneath it.
It's kind of like a sleek whale. I guess that's what I would say, because it's kind of like a boat, but it's this very kind of ocean kind of color, so it makes me think of whales.
Their status is how cool their junker is. That's what it's come around here. If you got a car that's bald and no brakes and ripped upholstery, that's cool. That's a very cool junker here on Galiano.
The vehicle I'm in right now, actually, driving up from California about a year ago today. Oh, this is frightening. The engine blew up, and it really blew up, like really big pieces of metal went flying out of the undercarriage, and I looked underneath the car, the truck, and you could see the pistons, and it was a gnarly event.
It's a great old car, 66 Barracuda with a straight 6 engine in it that ran forever. It was unfortunately the body started to give out, and a cancerous rust took over, and unfortunately doors wouldn't close properly. And this is what becomes the ultimate fate of junkers. Is a certain safety aspect as well, and it broke my heart to see it finally disappear into the weeds and another highway somewhere else. My old Barracuda.
Oh, well, I don't think this is a good precedent for people. I think parking your car in the woods is not a good thing to do. And unfortunately, with so much forest and so much space and so many good hiding places for old beaters, that probably happens more than it should.